Hello everybody, welcome back to Robot Attack. My name is BeskarSnake, and today we don't have the lovely and talented BeskarSnake today, but I brought some cool, better guests, let's be honest with each other. Just their replacements. They're gonna be good. Unbounded 13, which you've all met before. Say hello. Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. And then, additionally, a new member today is TheGorey Details. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well. I am very flattered to be here. Thank you for reaching out, and happy Halloween Eve, everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. So if you don't know, Gorey, do you want to quick introduce yourself? Just quick 2-second segment?
I'll do the 30-second elevator pitch.
Go.
Yeah. So my name is Sean Gorey. I'll spare you all the gory details. I'm a fellow Extra Life streamer, just like our good friend here, Scouter. And I like to play some games, raise some funds for some kids in need. And of course, I do love all things spoopy over on my channel. It's Halloween every day. We try to do some spooky things, even though it's not as much as Scott would love. I know if it was up to them, we would play Resident Evil every day. But hey, you can't please all the people all the time. But no, we like to play games and heal kids. And I'm sure that if you guys are familiar with Scouter, and I'm sure, of course, Unbounded, you know all about how you can play some games and heal some kids and make some magical things happen at the exact same time.
And I feel like he's also the extra light. I make jokes to Gorey all the time about him being the media coordinator of Extra Life because he's on every promotion video, every photos, and it's great. It's good.
What's funny is there are 52 weeks in the year. I feel like the weeks that we do make that joke are the weeks that Extra Life makes posts featuring me. So it's like they know. And I'm like, you aren't helping me prove my innocence, you guys.
One day. So yeah, Gorey Details has been friends for quite some time, and since he mentioned it, that's kind of what this podcast is. I brought the spookiest people I know of Extra Lifers or friends of mine, and they decided to willingly, without blood donations or that they
rituals
or whatever blood donations that they're joining us, so can confirm. So yeah, what our theme this month is horror. So BeskarSnake is under the weather, unfortunately, but yeah, every month we talk about games and we highlight some topics, and what have you played within this month period of we'll start with Sean, if you don't mind.
Okay, so that's a big question because it is Spooky Month.
Spooky Month, and
so most recently I have been playing a game called Have a Nice Death, which is a 2D side-scroller platformer roguelike hack and slash game, and it's all like 2D. So you're literally going from left to right or right to left, but it's hand drawn. So the artwork is just chef kiss, like just so good. I will say that the combat it's hard. Like, I have been playing this game for at least a week and change, and boy, like streamers will do that thing like they keep like a death tally or like a death counter. Right. I probably should have been doing this because I have been getting my absolute clock cleaned. And so every time you go into like the conquests where you're like starting off this new adventure, as you go, there are new cards you pull, there are new curses you gain, new abilities, new skills. It's all random, right? And as soon as you die, it all kind of negates. Like, what you accumulate only affects your current run. And so some runs I've built were very like broken. It's like, oh hey, if you damage me, it extends my potential cap for max health. I'm like, that sounds awesome. Or it's like I have bleed damage. Like, oh, if I touch you, you're going to be hurting for a while. So there are some very broken builds that I'm like, yeah, we're going to make it all the way. Nope, I died at the end. Or sure enough, there are some there's runs where I'm like, I don't feel very confident. We're going to give it our best, and of course I get absolutely murdered. It's been an absolute blast, but I cannot recommend the game enough because it is just so pretty to look at. Everything glows. It's all very monochromatic. The themes are a little bit heavy. They talk about things really into the afterlife. Maybe what you have done to deserve your place there, but you act as death, and you're like, hey, my employees have kind of gotten out of control. I need to reel them back in and kind of retake control. It's a super cute game. I cannot recommend it enough. And the trailers and the kind of promotional work don't give away too much. It's a very fun game. You guys definitely have to look it up.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Sounds really nice. Yeah. I want to look at it now.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right, Unbounded 13, what games have you played last month?
Last month or this
month? Sure.
Yes.
Yes, all the above.
I guess Little Nightmares. I played
No! Okay, so Unbounded, I know I rated you at some point earlier this month.
Right.
You have to. This isn't a recommendation. This is a command.
You gotta do it now.
These are the rules. You have to pick up the DLC for that game.
I think I have it for the first one, but I don't for the second one.
I don't know if the second one has DLC, but the first game itself,
right.
Little Nightmares 1, is already a masterpiece. The DLC takes it from 10 to 12 and a half.
I'm definitely gonna look.
So I don't want to say anything else if you haven't beaten it. How far into the game are you?
I did beat it, but I don't get any of it.
Okay, so that's the thing. That's the thing. There's no intro cinematic. There's no dialogue. There's no narration. There's no tutorial. Right. It's just here you are. It's like a 3D, a 2.5D. It's a 3D platformer, but you're on a 2-dimensional plane.
Right.
So, but the story isn't spoon-fed to you. You sort of kind of develop it as you run. And my goodness, it gets so dark so fast. And by itself, the first one's so good, but the DLC,
I'm gonna check it out.
so you've played the first game, but you have not played the DLC, right?
Right. Yeah.
You Unbounded. What are you doing next week?
Nothing. Playing the DLC.
No, okay, so yeah, we figured this out. So you almost have to do it immediately after playing the game because it's fresh in your mind.
Right.
Because there's crossover events.
Oh.
And when there are going to be moments that are going to break your being, and I hope to be there to witness it live.
I'm definitely gonna look into the DLC because that game is beautiful.
Yeah,
oh my gosh!
So
and
I love it.
It's the mood, you can taste it. It's just so pretty.
It's so good. Yes, I absolutely recommend playing that game because I have no idea what's going on, but it's beautiful to look at.
So the first time I was exposed to Little Nightmares was I was just tuning into a friend who was on my Extra Life fundraising team who was playing it, and I'm like, this game looks amazing. And I maybe watched him play the first hour's worth. I picked up myself, and boy, was I not ready for the direction it went.
Right.
And boy, when I picked up the DLC, was I not ready for the twist it made. I literally have a degree in game art and design. Little Nightmares and Subnautica are the two best games I've ever played in my entire life, and I'm in my 30s. So if you guys at home have not played Little Nightmares, do so. And if you guys haven't watched Unbounded, play it. It's time to fix that right now.
Yeah.
Watch me scream like a little girl. That game's so terrifying. But it's so cute.
That's the thing. They don't tell you things are scary. You figure out what's scary yourself. There's no spoon feeding. It's just chef kiss. Everything about it, it's universal. The fact there's no dialogue means there's no language barrier. Oh my! I will get on a TED Talk about this game. We're changing the subject right now.
Yeah. It's okay.
This is now the Little Nightmares podcast.
Now you're acting as BeskarSnake. He just gets into topics for hours. It's great. That's fine. This is fine.
All right, everyone, sit down. We're not going anywhere for a while.
Our Little Nightmare stream. Anyways,
buckle up.
Buckle up, kids. What other games have you played in Bounded, or was that it?
Played Phasmophobia for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Phasmophobia for the first time
ever. That's on sale right now for like $11.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. There's a lot of spooky games on sale.
I bought it last
Spooky
year
month!
to play with Newfie Nate, and then we never played.
Yeah.
So I played it for the first time, and it was scary.
It's so funny you said, because like I've seen people that are new to the game, and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing, like I don't know what to expect, and they seem very scared.
Yeah.
And then I've seen the opposite side of that coin, where Phasmophobia players go in and like, okay, cool, I know what demon it is, I know what traps we need to lay, I got the pictures, cool, got the meter readings, alright, let's go back to the van, and cool, 5 minutes, we're done. I'm like, that seemed like a chore, like that didn't seem fun at all.
Right.
Yeah, I carried around a rabbit for the entire first game.
Yeah.
Wait, like a lucky rabbit's foot, or like an actual rabbit?
Stuffed animal.
There was a stuffed animal I found in one of the houses.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't die that game, so thanks to the rabbit.
Okay, so now I have to ask, is the rabbit like a programmed thing where a certain apparition or whatever is afraid of rabbits? Or was that your emotional support thing? I'm going to hold on to this thing, and it's going to keep me alive.
It was my emotional support rabbit.
I love that. Unbound. I love that.
It did keep me alive.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Hey, history has proven you are the victor.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, I could clip it. Yeah, it was great. Dead by Daylight, as always, and some Resident Evil, as always.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard the Resident Evil games are kind of trash.
Oh,
We're done here.
I gotta go.
Disconnected.
Just when I thought, like, Beskar... See? Perfect replacement.
For the record, that was sarcasm, everybody. That was
Sure.
sarcasm.
No,
I'm just trying to get us go. That was a trick or treat, you guys. That was a trick or treat.
Don't worry.
That was a
BeskarSnake
terrible trick or treat.
The BeskarSnake would say the same. See? Perfect. This is why I invited this guy.
He's gonna
No,
be like,
I'll
you
be
didn't
honest,
even have to miss him.
Yeah, basically.
See, yeah, we're the supplement.
Yeah, we're good.
We're the stevia version.
Right. The clearance version. I'm just kidding. The games I played last month. Move on quickly.
Who asked you?
Wow. Whoa. Don't Starve Together. With this one.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I got you. We pretty much played this
Thanks.
stuff.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
Tell them how many times you died.
A lot.
Go on.
Summer is rough, friends.
Did you starve though?
I did, probably. So
It's in the title, man. Don't starve.
Yeah, no, that's the point.
I did not starve.
Fun fact, for those who don't know, that's my first game I streamed, because the game actually has streaming capabilities without OBS. So
you just click a couple buttons, you go live, or are you saying like it has like integration?
It's like settings, and then you have to you go live, and you probably some integrations that you got to connect.
Kind of awesome, man.
Yeah, but so my friend Techie5, who's like, "What are you streaming on?" I'm like, "The game." He's like, "What?"
This looks like you're breaking my brain right now.
Right? Yeah. No, it's good. No, it maybe it's still there. I'm not sure anymore, but I think it's probably still there.
So along the same lines of games that we've been streaming this month and like streaming integration, earlier this month I was also playing Cult of the Lamb.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And they have integration where if you are broadcasting on Twitch viewers can use their channel points or just simply interact on their web page browser if they're on PC to either help or hinder you. So if you're on a crusade, they can make the next room of baddies have twice the health. Or if you're in your kind of glade where you're working on your cult and building houses, they can do stuff like make everyone poop their pants or throw up and get sick instantly, or they can also make, oh, by the way, someone who died just gets resurrected. So it was a lot of fun where people could contribute to the cult, contribute to the totem, make things harder for me, or even help me. So I wasn't ready for that, and I hope more games do that going forward.
Right. Just trying to think. Me and Unbound, what was the game we played the other day too? King of Crusades or whatever?
King of the Castle?
King of the Castles. We had like Twitch integrations with that. It's kind of like a
That's awesome.
It's like a voting system, but also like it's kind of like Jackbox, but like I don't know. King of
so if you got like 10 people in chat and like 6 people vote for one thing and 4 people vote for the other, the 6 are gonna win out.
Yeah. So it's okay. I don't know if I'll play it again, but yeah, it's Resident Evil, of course. No surprise there. I did play. I restarted Resident Evil 2 because I've kind of disconnected from it. I literally haven't played it since last year, and I haven't beat it, so it's kind of a good excuse to play it again.
Get back into it, yeah.
Yeah. So I restarted Resident Evil 2 and still getting stuck again. It's great. I actually played Rocket League recently because they have some Halloween some stuff for like skins.
Okay, so like Rocket League does this thing where they put out like tickets and like microtransactions for their spooky stuff, and this is like that time of year where I cash in because who doesn't want spooky stuff in their car?
Right.
It's been a minute because they changed they changed their economy. They got rid of like the microtransactions because like it was digital gambling.
Right.
But I might have to dip my toe back in that pond.
Literally, those skins, you'll love them, and it seems pretty easy. Like they said,
I got like a zombie hand on like the roof of my car that's like got like the "I love you" sign language symbol. I got like the extra life flag. I'm like, this is me, my personality on a car.
Yeah. And then Bioshock Infinite and Resident Evil 5 with this one as well. But yeah, that's about it for spooky stuff. Well, this month. But yeah, good stuff, good games.
So Unbound, and I can't help but notice you got your black cat on your dresser, your black cat on your bed, your stack of pumpkins, and your little candy tote on your dresser. You got some spooky hats, and of course you got some spooky cocktails.
I said all this before we got on. I'm like, I'm the host, and she's the spookiest one out of all of us. I was like, I
have mad respect. She's bringing it.
I was like, yeah,
you're welcome.
I said the 3 spookiest people I know, and one of them is actually spooky. It's great.
I am wearing like one.
You actually have at least. It's your shirt, but
I'm wearing about 25% of my Halloween costume, and if you guys follow me on the Instagram or any of the socials, you'll see the rest.
I need that shirt though. I also
if only there was a place that you could find it.
If only we had merch stores.
If only.
I wonder how.
If only. I'm sorry. Is your mug a butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is her mugs.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. No, I might be doing a giveaway or 2 come tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the merch there.
Yeah. Merchandising. Anyways,
where do you keep all these mugs from?
That's the same mugs.
I'm also afraid of your shirt because
it says winter vibes.
Okay, because that's not the first thing in my mind. It just looked like a dumpster that was full of a white substance.
Yeah, shush. Moving on. What? So,
shush.
Besides the point, we mentioned the games we play. So, what spooky games that we haven't mentioned that you generally like to play? Like, what is your favorite and why? Like, why Gorey Details? You're like I said, I yell at you every stream. Why you not playing spooky games, and why isn't it Resident Evil 4? Isn't you had a Hot One challenge?
I did.
You already answered this, but so
yes.
What is like your 2 go-to, or what other favorite spooky games you like?
So I did mention during the Hot Ones challenge about Little Nightmares and how amazing it was, but we already talked about that earlier today. But I did kind of address a little bit earlier this evening about how Subnautica is just an amazing game, and it doesn't look or start like a horror game. It starts like, oh, I'm in the ocean, it's open world, I'm collecting resources. This is a lot like Minecraft. I use these resources to build bases and things, but there is a campaign, there is a storyline, and as you go, you got to get real deep, real fast, and yeah, and it's a lot because it's like going to the ocean, right? Like there's always a bigger fish, and I've been in the ocean where I've been swimming, and then all of a sudden like a sea of minnows just like start like swimming up at me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this tickles. That's so funny. And then I saw like a big shadow swim underneath me. Like, oh, they're trying to be lunch. And then I was like, that's scary because like how big is this thing? And I was like, wait a second, what if that thing is trying to be lunch? I'm like, I'm in danger, you know, like
I'm in danger.
Like it's not fun to swim to shore when you're avoiding a panic attack. No, but it's like Subnautica is not. I would not say it's a horror game, but depending if you've got like the fear of the ocean, which has like official phobia name, people freaked about it. Like it's scary. So I would definitely recommend that. But other than that, in terms of spooky games, shoot, it's not spooky, but it's very Halloweeny. I cannot recommend enough Costume Quest. You go door to door, you collect candy, you trick or treat. It's like Pokemon, where you go into battles like you're in a battle. It's turn-based combat, Final Fantasy style, where it's you versus enemy. There's a lot of strategy to it. It's fun. It's cartoony. It's very cutesy. Again, not very horror or spooky, but it's got some good Halloween vibes. So I would recommend those two games. I know it's not like the gory, no pun intended, bloody, kind of action-filled stuff you're thinking of, but they're good games. I think everyone would enjoy.
Nice. I forgot. I know I probably mentioned this to you before. Have you looked into Project Zomboid? I think I mentioned that to you.
Wait. So, is that the one that's like based like the UK?
It's kind of like what's that one?
It's like a VR thing.
No, it's like a top-down, it's like Fallout, like the original Fallout.
Okay. So I haven't played this, but you have my curiosity.
Yeah, so it's like a top-down Fallout. Actually, Afro Harrison plays it a lot. Yeah, I actually still have.
It almost sounds like it'd be like a mobile game.
It seems like it, yeah. It seems very simple, straightforward, because it's like...
I think what I was thinking of was iZombie, which also might be a show on Sci-Fi. I don't know.
That could be.
What is life, man?
But yeah, you should. I think you'll like it, and I need to pick it
up. Said Project Zomboid?
Yeah. It's on sale, too. Like I said, it's on sale.
Okay, cool. So, I might have to put this on my list above Resident Evil.
Oh, no. We got cross that out. You gotta have a channel points to redeem play game next stream.
Maybe an Extra Life Redemption.
Yeah. Interesting. I did say that to you. I was like, how much for you to play Resident Evil 4?
Right, but at the time, like all of the game redemptions on my channel were like several $100s. I'm like, listen, I love you too much to make you do that.
Right. True.
For the lulz or for the meme.
Both. And then so Unbound, what games do you like? I know you probably mentioned this in the past, but if you don't mind, it's fine.
I'd say The Walking Dead, one of my favorite games. I enjoy them very much.
Like the Telltale?
Yeah. I absolutely love them. They're like my favorite games ever. Fun fact.
Still gotta play Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, I have not. I think I own it though, and I have not played it. But yeah, I definitely love Telltale games enough that I'll play it. So definitely gonna look into it. But yeah, definitely The Walking Dead. One of my favorite games. Love them all. And I was thinking Layers of Fear around Halloween time. I have not played the second one. I know there is one. I own it. Have not played it. But I really enjoy the spookiness of like walking around and not knowing what's gonna happen. I like to be scared.
Yeah. She's just a little girl.
Yeah, I'm just little.
You're saying little wrong. It starts with a W. It's widow. Just widow girl.
So widow.
There it is. There it is.
So yeah, probably those ones for me. And I did not play either of those this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask, Unbounded. I know that the games are kind of deviations from the show,
Right.
but that aside, like, compartmentalize the game itself. Do you watch the show, and are you up to date?
I'm not up to date, actually. The spoiler alert.
Oh crap! I didn't know this.
Well, spoiler alert right here. But yeah, when they killed Glenn, my heart broke.
Cool. So I am one of 25 people on the planet who still watch the show.
Oh yeah.
They lost like 99% of their fan base. Ironically, when Glenn died.
Yeah. Big mistake.
And what's funny,
mistake.
I literally had this exact same conversation at a Halloween party with my buddy last night, and there were three of us. There were three people who were up to date watching The Walking Dead. I'm like, you guys, like, we're gonna get struck by lightning, and The Walking Dead base is gonna get cut in like by 25% because there's too many of us in one spot.
Yeah.
They've been going on for quite a long time, and they've turned into like a little bit of a soap opera, and it's burned a lot of people away. But I've heard good things about the games, and I can't mentally in my mind hear certain like big decisions in a game without thinking like, oh yeah, Clementine will remember that.
Absolutely.
Like, Scouter's gonna remember that. Unbounded's gonna remember that. Like, you just pissed them off.
We're gonna remember that.
We're gonna remember that.
That's exactly it. And they are like, I believe the only character from the actual show was Glenn in the game. I don't think they had. Yeah. And he was only there for a bit, but he was there. We saw him.
And like the show's about to go, like they're about to split off into like 3 different spin-offs, and I'm a diehard Walking Dead fan.
Me too.
I don't give a flying.
Are you gonna insert
just stop,
beeps?
you guys? It's like the Friends with Rachel and Monica and Ross and Joey and Chandler, everybody, Phoebe.
Right.
They're like, oh, we're just spin-off.
Now we're gonna watch their kids. It's not the same. Not the same. And The Walking Dead, like, I love them so much that I still buy all their crap, even though I don't watch their stuff.
Honestly, like, the show frustrates me a lot because, like, especially like when they were in the prison. I think it was like season 3. Like,
yes.
Oh no, there are zombies on the fence, dude. You take a broomstick handle and like sharpen the tip of it, and I don't care if it takes 8 hours. After 8 hours, there's going to be a line of corpses. There'll be no zombies. The threat is over. This is not to carry on for months. You know, like all of their problems, other than their like soap opera. Who's sleeping with who? Who killed who? Who has a crush on who? Who wants to kill someone else? Like, other than like the internal drama, like zombies aren't a threat. Like, I don't care if there's a million zombies. You can do this a million times.
True. The games are really good.
They put you like in the pits. Like, you have a choice. Like, oh hey, there's a wounded little girl or a healthy old person. Like, well, this healthy old person could have a couple of years with them, but this sick little kid could have like a couple of days. You know, like, who do you pick?
Right. They make you
Dilemma.
they make you make unspeakable choices.
Right, and no matter what, like someone's pissed.
Someone's always mad.
You pick the young person. How dare you? Old people have rights too. You pick the old person. That child had their whole life ahead of them. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Pretty much sums up the Walking Dead games. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Play them.
Exactly. There is no winning. Just less losing. Oh no, we suck again.
Great. All right. Well,
Tough
good.
act to follow.
Yeah, no. I will say, I forgot to mention, I played the original BioShock because this one yelled at me because I only played BioShock Infinite.
You're welcome.
BioShock 1 is more horror, I feel like. More.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Have you played the other titles?
No. I just played
Okay, so you have played Infinite.
Yeah, it's great.
Have you beaten it?
Yes, my favorite game now.
It's so funny you said it because I've never played the other BioShocks, but I have played Infinite.
See, this guy
and it kind of broke me. Like I had dreams about it. I wasn't ready for it.
It's good. It's good. Anyways, I guess for me, I would say Resident Evil 4, but I think now.
What?
Wow, surprise. But I'd say Resident Evil Biohazard. I think that in terms of if you want to be spooked, I think that kind of just did it. It's just more of a modern. It's not my favorite game, but in terms of being scared and spooked and just visually seeing monsters, versus 4 they brought it over the top, and it's just
it hits different.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
it's a great game.
It's yeah. Again, what I mentioned before. See, Gorey, is you could play any Resident Evil game. It doesn't matter what game you start out with. It doesn't matter because you could kind of it just has like its own little storylines like in itself.
It's
like
consumable.
I played 4, right? And then I played 7, and then I played 5, and then I'm playing 2. Like
you didn't need to know what you're missing.
Yeah, so it doesn't. Yeah, you kind of generally some of the characters and stuff like in 4, for instance. Like I didn't know who Ada was, and I still don't. And to be honest, nobody does, anyways. But yeah, Ada is this kind of like she's on both sides of the evil and good, but like when you play it, she's like, oh. It's just some girl, and
it's like some rando.
It's just it kind of hinted at it, but you kind of didn't need to like know that information. But now that I've been playing and seeing the movies and stuff, now it makes sense. Yeah.
So when we played 5, you had a lot of questions about Jill and Wesker.
I did. I knew about Wesker.
Would have been answered had you played the other games.
Yeah. I think again, but. I knew going into 5. So 5, by the way, I would recommend playing with a friend. You can actually. That's the one game you could play multiplayer. It's not as spooky as the other ones, but
it's so fun.
It is 5 the one that takes place in Africa?
Yeah. It's
you like the healing spray?
Yeah. It's great.
No, I have played that one, and boy. It took me way too long to figure out that the dude with the chainsaw could be taken out if you shoot like the Transformers on him.
What?
Yeah, there's like air conditioners or something.
Like one of the first like mini bosses. The dude had like a chainsaw, and he would just Mike Myers run after you, or I guess pimp walk after you. And the only way to kill him was if you were to drop Transformers and power lines on him, but that was not like abundantly clear.
Oh.
It was like in a happy accident, we figured it out.
Uh-huh.
You can kill him other ways because we do, but it takes longer.
I'm sure with like enough napalm bombs, yeah.
He's a tough one.
Yeah, sure is.
And it's the only thing on 7 was Chris. If you wouldn't have played the other games, but he's just like one part of the game. So that's about it. Yeah, overall, I'd right now 7 in terms of spooky and good. Biohazard, I think, took the crown from Resident Evil 4. I will say for Resident Evil 4, it was still spooky. But it was set up for the GameCube. I'm excited for what's Resident Evil 4 Remaster is going to bring. It looks spooky as it is, so maybe it'll bring the crown back. But who knows?
They've done a really good job with the remasters, from what I've seen so far.
It's so good. All right, cool. Last question. What villain or creature do you think is the most like spooky or that you don't like playing against? We'll go with Unbound this time. Switch it up.
Well, my favorite one is Nemesis because he's just great all the time.
So do you want to explain who Nemesis is, friend?
Yeah. Okay. So he's from Resident Evil. I'm pretty sure everybody knows, but especially if you're like whatever. Especially if you're like a Dead by Daylight player, you definitely know him because he's been newly added.
He just got added, right?
So Albert Wesker is the newest villain. That
he teleport oh, dude.
Yeah,
so
he's tough. He's tough as nails. Albert Wesker is pretty tough. So he's also one of my favorites to play against. In Dead by Daylight, I don't think we've ever beat him. He's actually really tough.
I have seen one person escape where the rest of the crew got killed. So it was like,
right,
there's the gimme.
That's pretty much how it is, because he's really tough in Dead by Daylight. I'm not surprised because he's tough in like literally every Resident Evil game where you try to kill him. He's so tough.
Right.
He's so hard to beat. You are gonna die 1,000 times.
Checks out the movies too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely like the Resident Evil villains, I'd say, are my favorite. Scary wise, I'm gonna say probably that new Dead by Daylight one with all the faces who makes everything dark. I have no idea who that is, but I hate it.
It's like this like blob with like babies. Like
he reminds me of the Happy Mask salesman in Zelda.
Majora's
way
Mask.
More terrifying. Yeah, he reminds me of that, but scarier.
No, thank you.
He's just like a big blob and he has masks all over him for some reason. And it's seriously the most terrifying thing.
This almost sounds like there's like a one spirit in Avatar: The Last Airbender where he like pulls you in like the underworld, and if you make an expression, he takes your face. What? That's almost what that sounds like.
No way.
Right?
That sounds terrifying.
Yep.
My face is so pretty. Please let me keep it.
my face.
I'm just a widow.
I'm a widow, Finn. Please, no.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know his name,
I'm
so
trying to look into it right now, but
we're doing some homework here, folks.
Yeah.
So
I was not prepared for this podcast because have you met me?
If only these questions were posted ahead of time.
Yeah.
His
only.
name is Dredge. Dredge.
Oh yes, Dredge. Yeah. That's
Dredge
right.
like a lake.
Yeah.
He's scary. He scares me. I don't like it.
2 Spoopy, 5 me.
Yes, he's pretty cool.
He's not cool. He's just scary.
Anyways, Gorey Details, what is like your favorite villain or monster that you've like played against?
Okay. I don't want to get all meta here, but everyone take a big step back and a big deep breath here and come with me this journey.
Okay, ready.
So anyone who's watched the show, The Walking Dead, I'm not sure the games are the same way, but the show at least has this theme, right? Where season 1, they're like, hey, we gotta get to the CDC, we gotta get to the Center of Disease Control, and we have to kind of try to figure out like how we can fix this. Well, they get there, and they're like, listen, guys, I'm sorry, it's too late. This disease that turns people into zombies is already airborne. So like if you like they were under the impression that if you got bit by a zombie, you die and you turn zombie. That was half true. If you die, period, you will turn into a zombie. So the idea was, after season 1, it's like, no, you guys, like, we are The Walking Dead. But as the show has continued, it has gone deeper and deeper into this thought where people have been doing more and more horrible things in the name of keeping their humanity or just staying alive. That involves, I mean, some pretty terrible things. And I won't go into details because, woof. That's the show. But that pushes this idea of we are the Walking Dead. Because like you're dead inside. Like if you're willing to do these things to other people, if you're willing to do these things to survive, you're dead inside. You're a zombie. Like there's nothing left of you. And the show doesn't like come up and like put it in your face. But the more you think about it, the stuff that they do to just like make it by for their family or for their friends, like the end of the day, we are the Walking Dead. So to answer your question, who's the best villain or who's the spookiest monster? We are, man. We are.
But I'm just a little girl.
Yeah.
Just a widow Finn.
That's so cute.
Just a widow.
The widow.
Yeah.
All right, and then mine would be Beros Mendez, if I'm saying that correctly. He is one of the villains in Resident Evil 4. He kind of later on you kind of meet him, kind of like threatens you in Resident Evil 4. But later on, he kind of transforms into this like he's a human centipede is the best way to explain it. And
nope.
No, yeah, he's pretty. When I saw him, I was like, "Oh my lord, how am I gonna beat this guy?" Pretty much all the enemies in Resident Evil 4 are pretty good, but he's up there. Iron Maiden, he's tough, or Regenerator. Those monsters are like these like alien creatures that are like pretty much just like silver skin, naked, but and then fleshy, and just like when you shoot his arm and stuff, it just grows back, and just like you just pretty much have
like
to
a Hydra.
Yeah, he just like grows back, and you just like shoot him on the ground. Like you shoot all of his legs and arms, he's still like wiggling around on the floor, and like it's pretty good. I can't think of the enemies in Biohazard, but I think just those characters, seeing them like for the first
Marguerite.
time. Yeah.
She was awful.
Yeah. Pretty much have been, bread and butter of what I think of good horror. It's like
a staple.
I mentioned this before, like I don't really like the jump scares because they don't scare me. I rather see something and be like more psychological monster that be like, oh, like I've said this example previously, like I like the like things that are like who made that up in their mind, like Del Toro, who made Pan's Labyrinth, and
Guillermo, yeah.
Guillermo Del Toro. He's just like seeing most of his movies and his monsters are that guy. He's in Cthulhu. It's just like who hurt him as a child. Like it's just like, man,
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
it's just unbelievable to see those creatures of wow, and I want to dream of this character and have nightmares. And
so you're less about the surprise and you're more about the final reveal,
right? Yeah, basically.
You want a build and like something to show for it, as opposed to like, oh my god, it was just a cat jumping off of a trash can.
Right? Yeah. Like you could take me to any haunted house, and
you don't want the cheap thrills. You want the pricey stuff.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
All right, you guys heard it here first. Scatter is no cheap date. Kinda wants that good.
All right. Cool.
Top tier, premium quality.
Right. I'm not inviting this guy again. No, I'm just kidding. I invited this guy. But yeah, no. Pretty much like, Resident Evil 4 was my first game I ever beaten. And just to have it beaten and just seeing those monsters for the first time. Yes, I said Biohazard is better, but it just, yeah, it's hard to explain. I'm complicated.
No, like this like makes a lot of sense. No, that's all makes sense.
And then so as we have some little bit of time, but we'll do this real quick. As Gorey Details did say, we all raise money for Extra Life here. It's like a theme. I invite Extra Lifers because they do great things. So game day is this coming weekend. So kind of in 3 sentences or less. No, I'm just kidding. What kind of things are you doing for game day? And by the way, game day, I should mention this, is a once a year event that we all technically should be playing a game for 24 hours. Obviously, that's not going to happen for everybody, but it's just kind of a day for Extra Life people. So, Sean, Gorey, what are your plans?
So I'll take a quick derail.
Go.
You had mentioned how you were kind of scared by this character.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's just the base of horror, right?
Right.
The original Jaws movie, Jaws was in the film for all of like 15 minutes. The original Alien movie, the xenomorph, the alien, was in the movie for all 15 minutes. So you have this appeal towards this horror game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the build-up, man. It's the build-up, and like that they did it right, and that is a staple of a good game.
Right.
And that's a staple of good storytelling. So
for sure.
Don't. Yeah, your nostalgia is well placed.
Appreciate that.
So to get back to the 3-second little stint about Extra Life. So yeah, this will be my 12th year doing a 24 or 25 hour charity gaming marathon, depending on whether or not it's a.
It is.
Well, yeah, well, I know this year is, but it's dependent on whether or not it's a daylight savings time year. This year I'll be, ironically, I know we talked about it tonight, I will be doing a Subnautica broadcast where I will be attempting to beat the game in 24 hours, which is funny because I know as a fact I've put at least like 10 hours into a single gameplay, just like a Saturday, like there's nothing else going on. But the game doesn't have like an autosave feature. So closed out, shut down the game, came back the next day, and 10 hours worth of progress were gone. I was pissed.
No.
Yep. But hey, I've learned the lesson now. I'm not going to make that mistake. And heaven forbid I do beat the game in 24 hours, which I can't guarantee I will. Then I'll just move on to the sequel, Subnautica Below Zero, and that's what's on my docket for game day. Last year I did every Halo game. My buddy of mine and I ran through every single Halo in 24 hours, which is awesome. But tell me, what's on your guys' dockets?
Pretty much what I'm bound to say. Go.
Yeah, I'm playing games with Scatter for 24 hours.
That's pretty much regret right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be instant regret.
I've heard that guy's a real jerk.
Yeah.
He's a real schmuck.
I don't know how I got roped into 24 hours with him, but here we are.
That sounds like a cult.
Yeah, join us.
Yeah.
Twist my arm.
One of us.
Yeah.
Mostly we're playing games like Dead by Daylight, Overcooked 2. What else are we playing? I forgot.
Oh my god.
Don't Starve. I know we're playing that.
Okay, so there's a game very similar to Overcooked where you have a restaurant.
Cooks are
and
delicious.
What?
What? Go on. Sorry.
Oh, like you can like build like conveyor belts and like you're serving people. I don't know the name of it, but if you guys like Overcooked, I think you might enjoy this game.
I think you're talking about Plate Up.
Plate Up, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're like just like yellow or blue people.
Yeah, that sounds
Yep.
right.
And you just like sort of pizzas.
I think
You
it's
make
by,
like automated like tomato sauce pasting stations.
I think it's by the Yogs Cast.
We're also going to be eating pizza that day.
Yeah, we're doing a just chat.
Sorry, rewind. How can I join you guys' team?
Yeah. So
you had me at pizza.
Yeah, so Yogs Cast Games. You're welcome.
There it is.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that now because now
it looks good. It's by the Yogs Cast. It's the only reason why I know this. So yeah, pretty much what she said. Copy pasta. That's it. No, yeah, playing Fortnite too. But yeah, if you're bored,
Fall Guys,
definitely join us whenever. We'll be here.
Fall Guys is so frustrating,
man.
We're playing it at the very, very end to keep us awake.
Baron Breakfast.
I mean, the rage will be boiling in your veins just to keep you awake. That's kind of a pro strategy because, like, people need to be aware of their kind of sleep cycles and like their blood flow. And if you don't do something like that's like high energy, you're gonna crash.
I'm gonna play Fall Guys, and my rage is gonna keep me alive.
Yeah. It's a game.
That's my strategy.
and that's why we're playing Fortnite as well. We're also playing Baron Breakfast, which you probably like.
It's not multiplayer, but we still play it.
We pretty much make games multiplayer, but you and your
it's like you're watching a movie, you press play at the same time.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Basically, it's a cute. It's basically what it is. You're actually a bear, though. You're a bear making hotels, and also.
And his name is Hank, and he's adorable.
Yeah,
and he wears.
All right, hold on. Like you guys, like you're making a pitch meeting to my girlfriend. Like she would like eat this up right now.
She will love it, and it's also on the Switch. It's
all right. Cool. That's my time to leave. I'll see you guys later.
Sorry. Hey, you said a mean thing, so it's my turn. You give your girlfriend that, and now she wants.
Give her Baron Breakfast. You'll never see her again.
Yeah.
But I like my girlfriend.
You'll never see her again. I'm sorry.
Easy Christmas, easy holiday gift 101. Just get her.
We easily played that game for like 12 hours straight and lost track of time. We were like,
wow,
we really need to like.
It's like, hey, I haven't eaten or peed today, you guys.
That's exactly how it was. Yeah.
I just missed an entire 8-hour work shift and then 4 hours.
But it's fine though because I picked up the trash and people like my hotel.
Yeah, it's a cute.
My ratings are through the roof.
It's a cute Switch game, and it's adorable. It's pretty as well.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, probably a game of the
Would lose job 2 again.
Yeah. So,
pretty much. Yeah.
Definitely do it. So yeah, this, as I mentioned, this is probably the end of. We reached all the questions. I really appreciate everyone's time and you guys listening. We are on Spotify, Robot Attack. I just search it on Spotify, and it's also on YouTube, ScotterSound5. But I want to thank TheGoreyDetails. He's a great streamer. Definitely watch him, regardless of him not playing horror. But check him out on at GoreyDetails. Fun fact: his real name is Sean Gorey, so it's great. And then he's basically check him out on Twitch, Gorey Details as well. Really a good time, definitely really good fun. As
10 out of 10 recommend.
Really very active, very exciting streamer. So check him out, Extra Lifer. Donate to his Extra Life for him painfully being on this podcast voluntarily. So appreciate you. What am I missing on? Did I catch everything? Twitter.
Other than wishing everyone a little happy Halloween, Halloween Eve. Yeah.
Too. And then check out Unbounded 13. I play a lot of stuff with her. So pretty much if you see me streaming, I'll be streaming with her. Unbounded 13 on Twitter, Twitch. Also, the Gorey Details, as I mentioned, is basically the social media of Extra Life, but he was on a podcast previously. So like before he gets popular, like, because of course all these podcasters are gonna, that's why I reached out to him. So, but he's a cool dude, and Unbound is a great person. Check them both out. I really appreciate their time. So if anything to get out of this podcast, check them out. I'll put their links in the description. on Spotify and on Twitch and on Twitter, YouTube. So check that
All
out.
the platforms.
All the things. So check those guys out. Thank you so much, Gorey, and thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Unbounded. Really appreciate you too, and happy Halloween. Stay frosty.
Happy
stay
Halloween.
safe. Be spooky. And
Stay spooky, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.